Yep, it's me. And I'm eating rice, which is why I'm muted right now. It is good rice. Fried rice that I got yesterday with some chicken, but did not finish. All right. Yeah. That's right. I finally beat Cookie Clicker, so we're back. Is that really what I was waiting for? Yes. And also, I super did not beat Cookie Clicker. But, you know, a lot of this stuff is time gated, right? Ah, God, I need it. Oh, I mean, too much rice at once. Anyway. Yeah, a lot of stuff that in that game is time gated, so it's like, you kind of got to wait a while. But I finished most of the game. Like, pretty much a huge chunk of it. I was going to ask you to record any of it. I recorded specific parts of it so that I can do a video on it. But, like, that means that I got to go compile and edit together stuff. And you know what's coming out tomorrow? Do you know what's coming out tomorrow? You know it. You know what's coming out tomorrow. But yeah, we'll do a run through of what it's like to play Cookie Clicker for whatever that's worth. Not much, I assume. I can't imagine that there's too much that people are going to be interested in vis-a-vis watching me click cookies. But yeah, no, you got like all the basic stuff. Got to show you all the garden unlocks, combos, holiday things, whatever, all that sort of stuff. Booted up its stream to celebrate? I thought, what do you mean? Also, I thought James Earl Jones died a while ago. Also, no, this was specifically because somebody asked me, it's like, hey, you haven't done a stream in a while, you must have died. And I'm like, I didn't die. Come on. You know that. He died today, news broke like an hour ago. Wow, really? I did not know that. Well, should we even do a stream then? I could just go right back to playing Cookie Clicker too, you know. I'll do the shadow. Yeah, it's like I thought so too. I am fairly certain that you maybe just missed the news on that. That's one a little bit darker. Yeah, it works. I feel like that's a good one. Do a Darth Vader, do a Vader, or Mufasa cosplay. Did he voice Mufasa? Yeah, he did, didn't he? No. We have a specific... I had a specific thing requested. You know what? We'll even go start up the thing right now. So just give me 1 second. Anyway, tomorrow is Satisfactory 1.0. So look forward to that, I suppose. Maybe I'll do a stream on that sort of thing. Just kind of as an in-between of the Dead Cells, even though I haven't been doing that for a while due to Cookie Clicker. That game where you click cookies. Well, hey, I'm nearly done with it at this point. Plugging into my mic 24/7 because I need Vader cameos for all the billion shitty shows Disney keeps putting out. Did they? Ah, whatever. We're starting up the stupid thing. Got a special run today, specifically because somebody asked me in the comments, hey, you haven't done a phaser run for a while. You should go do a phaser run. That's not a question. When I said ask, I suppose I meant they demanded a phaser run. And you might be asking, you can just do that? Yeah, sure. Why not? I don't see any reason why I would not allow someone to just dictate what I'm going to be doing on these streams. You can do that at any point in time. Just because you're the person that didn't really try that. Although needless to say, I'm not starting out with phaser, but we should be able to get that going pretty quick, I want to say. This is not a challenge run. I don't need to be using it every second of the run here. I do, of course, have the items curated in the way that I should be able to see it more often than not. But still, it might take a second to actually show up once here, right? Scytheclaw run? No. It's the phaser run today. We're doing phaser run. Throw in Scytheclaw for next time. That's not the one we're doing today, though. You understand? Also, yes, Satisfactory is coming out tomorrow, so look forward to that. Or don't look forward to that if you don't want to see me playing an ungodly amount of Satisfactory. I just finished up Cookie Clicker. Okay, I didn't really finish up Cookie Clicker. There's so much left to do in Cookie Clicker, but most of that is all time-gated, right? I need to be playing for like a full calendar year to be able to do half of the things in that game, so... Everything else I have finished, right? Tombstone run? Yeah, I just did a Tombstone run. We had that really good one, the survival one, where I was doing brutality, but kept getting a bunch of survival weapons that were all actually pretty good. So, you know. Ah! Man, I'm gonna die here immediately. This is all embarrassing. Or will I? Yep. Come on. You like that dodge there? I like that dodge there. I don't care about Satisfactory. What do you mean you don't care about Satisfactory? Well, too bad, because you're getting Satisfactory. And I'm probably going to do like a just, hey, we're returning to Satisfactory sort of like a start stream. But then I'm going to do like actual videos on that too. Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. If you like Satisfactory. I like Satisfactory. Is it game crashing? What was that? Anyway. I like that game a lot. I mean, hell, you know, I feel like coming right off of Cookie Clicker, that was a good aperitif for more automation games, right? Because they bill itself as an idle game. There's a lot of things you actually do in that there Cookie Clicker. Man, I spent so long playing that, but I had a good time. I mean, the reality is, I do like idle games. You might think me playing Dead Cells all the time and everything like that I am only into big, huge, action-y type of games where you are doing something at every second and having to keep your head on a swivel all the time. It's like, no, I genuinely do like just incremental progressy type of stuff. It's fun. Not to say that I don't like Dead Cells. I 90% of the time I would rather play that sort of game, but I do enjoy occasionally dipping into, especially automation. Because that's like an idle game where you actually need to plan things out. It's an idolatry game. Beneath the Surface is an idle game in big part. Well, yeah, of course. That is 100. I would definitely call Beneath the Surface a game of idolatry. Now, that's not why you're playing that game, of course. If you watched the series I did on the hacks, but still. Braid is an idle game if you want to get that 1 star. I think you're confusing just waiting for stuff to be idolatry. It is not, and you know that. Hey. Oh, good enough. You know what? I'm going to say good enough on that one. It's not like perfect, but I did get to nearly 69. Now I got past 69 now. Wow. Surely this is a bad portent for the rest of the run. But such is Dead Cells, if you will. Waiting is idling. Yeah, but the point of it, well, yes, literally. It's not idolatry. That's why what we need to do is we need to go start next game up on the list. Oh, come on. Black and white. Right? That's going to be the perfect game to start playing. I don't know. What are like the best God games out there? Chat, surely you'd know. I also like that was apparently the perfect time to go and pick up the Heart mutation. It's been a while since I've done that, but hey, at least I recognized how this run was going and was prepared for it, right? Killing the sniper boss in one of the Metal Gear is an idle game. Okay. Chat. Say the right thing. Don't just say that one Metal Gear game. I know you know this. Don't even lie to me and pretend like you don't know which Metal Gear Solid game that is. Actually, I mean, you just said Metal Gear game. I gave you a huge hint by saying Metal Gear Solid. And two, what the boss's name is. Hell, you could even say exactly what, like, I know you all know the answer to that. That's Metal Gear Solid 3. Yeah. And the name of the boss is... Also, it's like, I don't know if Easter egg ways to kill a boss is really considered like a legitimate strategy, or if it's just like, yeah, that's a thing you can do. Because it is a thing you can do, certainly. I would not really say that anybody that played that game did that, at least on purpose. How many more of these elite rampagers am I going to have to fight here? My God. Sure. And what does that say? Poisons enemies that wound you. No, not the heal poison. Poison heal. Healable poison. And there you go. Well, at least I'm back up at full health. It would have been better if that happened before I died. But, you know, what are you going to do? Weren't they named after the 7 deadly sins? No, they were not. Come on, chat. You know this. Time of Eternity or some stupid shit because the guy is 130 years old. No, you're thinking of a character like Hot Cold Man, which of course was the villain of Peace Walker. Hot Cold Man. I do want to say that again just because I think it's important that everybody remembers that the villain of Peace Walker was named Hot Cold Man. But, like, come on. Heal enemies, you poison. Man... If we kept getting updates to Dead Cells, we could probably make an entire build around that if they actually made an item that did that. Like somehow invert healing and hurting. I don't know. I mean, some of them were named in some way sort of like deadly sins, but that's not... It's like... It's not... It's not the, like... Ugh. You're close. Okay, I'll give you this. You're close. Now, reel it in, chat. You should know this. My God. Oh, great. Had to be this, didn't it? And also, you know, more enemies spawning in at the same time, too, but... How are you not dead? My God. Come on. There you go. Finally. Ugh. Well, at least I got a good, powerful version of this, I suppose. Anyway, come on, what's the name? It's like the something. Yeah, almost there. Just reel it in. Reel it in. You got it on the line. You got this one. You know it. Come on, chat. I believe in you. I believe that you can get the name of the second boss. It was the second boss. Fuck, I'm gonna Google it. No, don't do that! You're so close! Don't give up now! Come on, this is, like, really? No, you know what just say it if you know what it is. Don't do bits. This is not a bit part. What you gotta do right now is you gotta just actually say the name. Quit embarrassing yourself. Yeah, let's not even worry about that. The E. Oh, come on. That's so close. Oh my God. What a terrible start there, at least. It's the end. There you go. It's the end. The end. He's an old man. You see, he's close to dying. That's why he's called the End. He's a sniper. He has the ability of photosynthesis. You know, like you do. Whatever, that was a bad run anyway. Let's do this one again. And for real this time. And I still, you know what, I'm actually going to restart because just like, I can't believe. Now name the rest of the bosses in Metal Gear Solid 3. Come on. His critical weakness. Yeah, I was just saying though, it's like that's not the way anybody beat that boss, at least on purpose. Like I'm not going to discount the fact that somebody, you know, I do have a phaser here, but I also do have Lifesteal Whip, which has never done me wrong. Don't watch any of my other videos. The boss. Okay. What's the boss's name though? Because the boss got that name after that's her secondary name. What was the name that she had before that when she was in Cobra? Come on, you should know this, chat. The before. No. Still not even close to being right. Come on. Here's a hint. It was a counterpart to her lover. Come on. You can do this. The hate? No. What? No. The hate is actually a completely different character and also not what the name is. Female man. Again, you are thinking again in terms of Peace Walker and Hot Cold Man. She was Russian, right? Revolver Ocelot's mother? Yes, that is true. She was Revolver Ocelot's mother, then going by the name Adam. She had a Russian name? No. They all have a format, although the End sort of went apart from it compared to at least the other characters. The E? No. There's no E in the name. Dr. Infernal Firebird's Dead Cells stream / Metal Gear quiz hour going on here. Knife Cougar? No. They all have, think of the other name. Second guy, you should know this. Don't even talk like you're above this sort of thing. Oh wait, no, I actually just remembered. Right, third boss was the End. Because right, you can't forget about maybe one of the most famous bosses in the entire series, who's the first boss. Who you should be able to name, chat. Come on, you know it. It's me, I'm the Rizzler. That's right. Because we all know that there's nothing more charismatic than knowing about Metal Gear Solid. Was it first boss? No. She had a name in the same style as the other people in the Cobra unit. She was assistant to the regional manager. No! What sort of counterpart is that? I'm giving you so many hints here. Come on, they all have a very specific naming convention going on. Are you gonna play the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake? Nah, I've already played Metal Gear Solid 3. It's just like, why bother with some dressed up version of it? I've played it plenty of times on my own. All right, Pink Power Ranger. Barely remember anything specific. I remember everything from Metal Gear Solid 3. That game was great. Probably my favorite and second favorite is Revengeance, I want to say. And you might say, like, oh, because of the memes? No, because I genuinely think Revengeance did a great job with the story. It pretty much, you know, everything Metal Gear Solid set out to, Metal Gear Solid 2 set out to do, I think Revengeance did better. And there's also funny memes and good music. But more importantly, I think they really nailed the whole idea of like blah 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 shallow media, social media sort of stuff. There's good memes too, okay? Anyway, since you're all stupid, her name was The Joy. She was a counterpart to her lover, The Sorrow. And you should know that sort of thing. How goes it? Well, somebody told me to stream, so I stream. And somebody told me to do a phaser run, so I'm really not doing a very good job with that, but we'll get there eventually. Yes, the jerk-off encouragement. Oh, come on, don't you remember? You had the pain, which is B guy. You had the fear, which is funny talking guy. You had the end, of course. You already talked about him. You had the wrath, which is astronaut that turned into a gigantic flaming face. That was not his superpower, but he did it anyway. You had the sorrow, which was psychic guy, and then you had the joy, which was boss woman. Come on, there you go, chat. Like, really, you should be embarrassed for not knowing all of that. It's so easy. Like, how do you not remember this sort of... It's so basic. I have anything that I... You know what? Here, I'm just going to keep going hard. Metal Gear 3 was awesome, but it's been like 20 years. It's got to be around 20 years, right? 2004 sounds about right. PS2. Yeah, that would be like early 2000s that came out. Been a while, hasn't it? Sorrow was you wading through the river with all the corpses you killed throughout the game? Yep, that was the one. It wasn't really like a true boss fight, but I would still consider it a boss fight because, you know, it's close enough. Like, close enough, right? Also, yes, still sick. Okay. So we're not going to be able to go and go back and have gym buddy adventures because you know that's like, you know I'm waiting on that, right? Like we've missed out on so many gym buddy adventures because you've been sick for so long. That part disturbed me. I think at that point I didn't kill anyone because you know I don't know if you saw me play. I don't know if you saw me play Hitman or even like Mark of the Ninja. Yeah, I play all the Metal Gear games in the same way. Take it upon myself to do pacifist runs for no particular reason. It's not like, I mean, by Metal Gear Solid 3, they really did try to at least sort of encourage that. In like the original Metal Gears and Metal Gear Solid, the OG one, there was no real emphasis on actually doing pacifist runs. But by the time we got to like Metal Gear Solid 3, they were all about doing that. And then, of course, eventually what we had was the really big turnaround with that entire... what is the word I'm trying to think of? Like, theory of design. Thought process. Well, whatever. They had a big turnaround and instead started being in Metal Gear Solid 5, or V, whatever you want to call it. Just being like, no. The way you want to play the game is to murder everyone. And it's like, all right. Fair enough. Oh, great. Oh, those sweet 5 stars in Hitman. I gotta get that. You gotta get like the classic. What is it? Was it like the classic style? Isn't there always an Easter egg for doing non-lethal runs? If I remember correctly, the original Metal Gear Solid just gave you like, oh, you got the fun. You got like a rating that was like, oh, you got the Dove rating because you didn't kill anyone. But there was no, like, actual encouragement. And I mean, you know, they gave you, like, some sort of animal rating for a bunch of different play styles. But, like, by Metal Gear Solid 2, that's when I think you get big unlocks or something. And yeah, then there's also, like, Easter eggs for, you know, stuff. But nothing extremely important. Deals additional damage if both you and the target are airborne. Just mid-air fighting. Whatever, I can get this going here. Pacifism is an option, gives real Undertale vibes. Yeah, that's exactly what I said when I was playing Moon. I never played Moon, by the way. I did watch playthrough of it. Pretty good game. You can really see the Undertale inspirations for it. But I feel like pacifism stuff in video games, like you've been having that since, good parry, by the way. You've been having that sort of stuff. Like I remember when Lemmings was advertised as a save 'em up. Which is funny. Where it was novel, the idea that you were actually trying to save creatures rather than kill all of them. But yeah, like Hitman was doing that sort of stuff too, well ahead of time. I mean, I want to say stealth games just entirely. There's often a pretty big benefit for doing stuff like 100% lethally or not at all lethally. Think about like the ninja chapter in Live Alive. A game I like and I have seriously considered playing for the channel before, especially given that they recently-ish, sort of recently, they made a remake of that game, right? I don't know if it was any good. Somebody's gonna have to tell me if it was actually any good. I remember they were doing it on the same engine as Octopath Traveler, a game that I played for the channel and actually really enjoyed. Octopath Traveler is fun, and I did end up playing pretty much the entire game myself, but only ever did, what was the guy's name? As the series. It was a lot of fun. You know, but of course I also think that nobody's really all that interested in watching me play turn-based RPGs. Regardless of how much I like it. Y'all gotta expand your horizons. I don't only do Dead Cells, you know. Dead Cells is pretty good, though. You play Octopath 2? I only played Octopath 1, actually. I mean, I feel like I probably enjoy it, but, you know, it's one of those things where, like I said... Oh, thank you, Kevin JR, by the way, for the sub. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I am still, you know, speaking of games that I am not playing, still disrespecting you mightily. Oh, guy who's a vegetarian to get the pacifist ending. You say that, but it's like there are. Yeah, there we go. Like that's a conduct you can do in NetHack. I mean, hell, I think you can even do like don't eat any. Come on! Oh my God! I'm just getting stunned over and over. I'm just. Oh my God! This is terrible. You know what? I'm actually gonna restart this run. We're gonna do the entire thing over again here. Because I'm still not getting the. Yeah, I restarted the run. I did it. Oh, thank you, Genception, by the way, for giving me a Prime sub. I love you as well. We're gonna redo this though because because it's just like we're supposed to be using Phaser, but Phaser's not showing up, so I'm going to get rid of everything except for Phaser. Now we'll see how this doesn't show up. Perfect. And that's what we're gonna do. Needs a chloroform weapon. Yeah, well, ain't gonna happen now is it? Ugh. I tell you. Is not true. It is truly not a Phaser. Well, it's going to be now. Okay, starting this up then in 5/4. Why am I doing a countdown? That's completely unnecessary. Today we got a special themed run. Gonna be using Phaser because somebody asked me to in one of the comments. And you might say, wait, you can just ask to use a specific type of run? Yeah. Nobody really does that though. But I mean, you can. Oh wow, 4 times damage axe. That's fun. Not gonna fit it all with the Phaser though, so I don't know if it's boot. Sure. We can make this entire thing work. Now, I do only have Phaser turned on because in the previous runs, it was not appearing at all. So, we're going to make this thing work. Obviously, number one thing, I think, more than anything else, is going to be trying to get Assassin's Dagger. That generally has great synergy and everything with it. However, not really, you know... I think this can work with more than just that, after all. Which is why the plan is going to be to just have a good run with this weapon rather than trying to get the optimum build to use with Phaser. Come on now. Good Phaser, by the way. Now, I'll be honest, not a huge fan of this item. I don't like being thrown across the entire way. And also it's burst damage, which I like more sustained damage, which is why stuff like, of course, the turrets are so attractive in that way. Because the thing is, it's like, yeah, you can kill individual enemies, but that's just one. And have you seen how many enemies that I'm generally fighting in just at any second of a playthrough of 5-cell mode? The other thing, of course, is that bosses have a soft damage cap, so it's not like being able to do double extra damage to a boss is going to make a huge difference. I suppose you can use it as something of a secondary dodge, but also, I feel like I've worked around enemies and their entire... every issue that can possibly come up when it comes to utilizing your dodge roll. Spacing out times for the cooldown and everything to make that work. Burst damage is frustrating. If damage falls off, you're in trouble. Well, we'll see how this one goes. Ooh, hand hook. Cardor hook hand. Yeah, sure, it's been a little while since I've used this as well. This is a nice fast weapon. I feel like it's a pretty... And it's also going to throw an enemy away from me, giving me time to have the Phaser get its cooldown back up. Yeah, I think this is a worthwhile sort of... Like that. Worthwhile sort of get. I think this can work, right? Can you do a pacifist run? What exactly would a pacifist run in Dead Cells be? I asked you. There we go. Completed run with Phaser, probably my most ignored skill. I definitely have more ignored skills than this. But Phaser is not really my go-to for much of anything. Will that change in this run? Probably not. But it might. So keep watching, everybody. Which head do you have on? I think this is the Shadow Blob, it's called. I can't remember the exact name. Well, Blade Taunt was kind of fun, but I don't know. Again, there's a thing about like huge movement-based weapons, especially Meat Skewer, that I always find kind of frustrating to use, where it throws you all over the place. And Phaser, much like say, Snake Fangs, is more targeted in the sense that you actually go and hit an enemy. It's still, I don't know, I don't like it. Toss that pretty quick. Money shooter. Obviously, it's like even if I find a colorless weapon to use, I don't know if I'm going to end up taking it, considering that, well, ranged weapons are not going to be good here, right? That's your job to figure out, not mine. Wait, which one? What did I say? I forgot the thing that I said. Oh yeah, what is this? I mean, I've done like kill only. Actually, you know, Katana teleports behind you. Nothing personnel, kid. There you go. Now that's a good one to use. Although this again goes to the whole like movement weapon. It's just you don't need to use the critical for this, and I usually don't. It's a very fast melee weapon. That's what makes it good. All right. And then in the meantime, you know what? Considering how some things have been going, I'm just going to take this. I could also go take Wish and get a legendary Phaser. So I can go have 2 Phasers. Now that's a good meme. I mean, it's only 15 years old or something. Maybe even like 16, 17, I want to say. Yeah, sustained damage. Sustained damage, many small hits in Dead Cells is generally what I go for. For various reasons, whether that's using stuff like the Hokuto's bow, whether that's, you know, getting a lot out of damage over time. Turrets can just have incredibly huge amounts of DPS. It feels more worthwhile than trying to just go for big burst damage. Unless the big burst damage is in a large area, which the problem is, that's not what Phaser does. Phaser don't do... I was trying to teleport behind it before it hit me. I don't know why. That just ended up with me taking a huge hit then. Ugh. That's what you get for trying to be cool. That sort of gimmicky shit doesn't play on the battlefield. That sort of gimmicky shit on the battlefield will get you killed, to make more Metal Gear references. Baseball has been working out great. I mean, baseball is just a great weapon. But that is also like a sustained damage thing, where you do a bunch of critical hits in a row, you know, rapidly against enemies, rather than just like one big burst damage, like you would do with actually many other... You know, that's the thing. It's like, think about it. A lot of the best survival weapons are more of the sustained damage than like burst damage. Yeah. Which is why stuff like the toothpick is never really something I've been able to use well, right? Toothpick. I don't know. We got anybody? We got anybody that wants to go to bat, pun intended, for the toothpick right now? Because I'm willing to hear you out. Yeah, also Phaser doesn't always hit the enemy you want it to. For example, when I'm surrounded by rats and low HP flying enemies, I want to go get the big guy there, not the tiny guy. Well, at least there is still a lot of iframes when you do the critical hit. And there you go. Now that's the epitome of nothing personnel, kid. Is this just going to be a nothing personnel? Yeah, that's going to be the name of this episode, isn't it? I think we found it. We found it, everybody. We found the title. Ugh. All right, give me a good one here. Is that a good one, though? Because that's just adding burst damage to burst damage. Chasing good burst damage after bad burst. Movement speed for 5 seconds also works pretty well. I like just the plain plus 15, though. That's tempting by itself. Welcome to the jungle! Yeah. You know what? I'm just going to redo that run. Because you didn't even give me a chance there. Plus 100% even affect the actual damage buff? I think it's just a flat damage increase, isn't it? Or is it a damage buff? Man, I hate... Like, why did... Man, that was the other run that I did too, where I kept dying over and over. But hey, at least we're talking about Phaser this time rather than just Metal Gear Solid for 30 straight minutes. So I am going to continue going on from here. I mean, I really like, you know, that Scythe, but also I know that's probably not a great idea. Star Fury is probably also not a good one. Please don't talk more about daytime TV. But I watched the entire series of Will and Grace. How can I not talk about that? How, chat? Like, I watched so much. What do you think I did for most of the 2010s? The answer is, of course, I mean, I guess I could technically go and do a run with tactics. I don't know if that's a great idea, though. Also, I didn't even teleport to you. That didn't even work. What are you doing? What's happening? Talk about gay time TV. What does that even mean? Also, I mean, Will and Grace famously was that thing. No, you know what? It's not even worth following that line of thinking. That's just... Like I don't like. Let's be honest. Aside from that show, it's just like what can I really talk about vis-a-vis LGBTQ sort of television programming milestones. I watched Will and Grace, but that's because it was on daytime television. Like, what can I even say there? I don't know how you subject yourself to that kind of torture. Well, what were you doing back in 2015 if not watching daytime television? Probably in school or something. I ain't been in school for years. And I ain't ever going back, and I'm never going back to my old school. Any Steely Dan fans in the audience? Aren't you in the county jail? Phaser plus infantry bow plus point blank. I like that combo. That might be one to do. I kind of like to get back to the nothing personnel. I mean, we can still call it nothing personnel even if I'm not using a katana. But a cat and Anna, the characters from, okay, the WarioWare games. Didn't Star Trek have the first gay kiss? Probably? I mean, I guess, yeah, in terms of milestones, that would very likely be the case. Yeah. Come on now. I was trying not to go teleport immediately into that, but, well. Anyway, I just want to see how many people in chat are talking about my great Steely Dan reference. Nobody. Golden Girls. I never actually watched that much Golden Girls. Surprisingly enough, not really. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I got nothing against Golden Girls, but it's just like, I don't know, man. Nothing really of interest, let's be honest. I do have poisons the enemy. Can I get something out of that? Probably, but I don't know what. Let's just go get the health. Get up to full. Go see if I can't make... I'm going to go take Wish. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go take Wish, and we're going to go get 2 phasers, and we're going to go have a lot of fun in this, right? It's going to be a fun run, Chad. Maybe I'll even go into the Castlevania area. It is flat damage? Yeah, next attack inflicts 311, so... Thought it was a percent buff. I think it was at some point in time, right? Surely. And I know what you're thinking. Don't call me Shirley. See, that's a bit from Airplane. You kids love Airplane, don't you? Grappling hook is percent. Which grappling hook is sort of a counterpart, right? And in the same way that the teleport that every enemy does on 5-cell mode is a counterpart to the grab that the golem does in the one place. Can I call you Laverne? You can call me Squiggy. Doc, Squiggy, Inferno, Firebird. just keep piling on the nicknames. And titles, if you will, too. I'll take a professor. I'll take an esquire. Anything that you want to give me, I'll take it. Longer name, the better, right? I don't think there's any arguing with that. Call me Bulk and or Skull. Everyone's favorite in... Did they ever confirm that Bulk and Skull was a reference to Squiggy and Laverne and Shirley? How is anybody that's watching this even gonna understand any of the things I'm saying? Who knows, but I'm gonna keep doing it anyway. Anyway. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, if I start referencing the Mary Tyler Moore Show, y'all gonna even understand that? Hey, and I re-rolled all the stuff too. Good. Because I didn't want the 2 times damage. Let's hope it was worth it. You know it was, Wish. Laverne drank Pepsi and milk. Yes, real... I mean, as we all know, Laverne from Laverne and Shirley, big fan of Neko Arc. Oh, he's like, hey, Laverne, I hear you're playing Melty Blood again. That's my Squiggy. It's like, you know it, Squiggy. None of these are accurate voices. I like playing Neko Arc Chaos. My favorite. Hip. Come on, hit it. Hit the thing. Stiff-armed, just smack him with the broadside of the sword. I still... Every time I swear I say this with Star Fury, but I love the animation on this. Anyway. The only point of reference I have for Laverne Shirley isn't even from the actual show. It's from a Wayne's World movie. That's about right. Yeah, that's about right. That feels like that feels like the right way that you would know about Laverne and Shirley. All right. I don't know why it's just like a lot of television talk as of recent. When we're playing Satisfactory tomorrow, trust me, 1,000% less television talk. MASH fan? I never really watched MASH either. Oh. Should I even? I feel like that's... I don't really feel like that's... You know... What the hell? Are you just gonna keep trying to kill me until I kill you? Because I'll do it. Oh, hey. You're not allowed to do that. There. Jesus. Can't get this thing off my back here. Jeez. Which is usually where you put bags, to be fair. Ugh. MASH was great. Not so topical now. No, certainly nobody. There's no war or, like, you know, political drama that happens these days. Frankly, I'm glad for it. It did put a lot of pundits out of work, but world peace really could not have come at a better time, right? Yeah, there we go. Of course, right in there. To be honest, it's like, I'll take a couple hits. You know what? Here. Hit me a couple times, Crystal. Get me down to that sweet 50%. There you go. Now we can start up with the big stuff. Now I just need to make sure that I don't actually lose any more health. But this is a perfectly acceptable amount of health to lose. See, this is what you call a calculated big brain, galaxy brain, colossal brain-sized play. I want to take it, but I can't. It's like, we got a thing going, baby, and I can't not do it. Teleport up here, and then I'm going to teleport to you and kill you, and it'll be funny. You know, you do, like, here's the thing. Frantic Sword, fantastic weapon. How do you feel about going? I also never really watch too much Cheers. Like, look, my taste in television is not good television. It's moderate to okay television. Whoa. Yeah, no, just whoa. It's, I'm gonna do it. I want to get back up to full health. I just feel better like that. I mean, I'm up to half malaise anyway right now, so it doesn't really matter now, does it? Just keep zapping these bats, considering it still does a mild amount of damage anyway. We know. Yeah, well, I like to think that it's just like, you don't want somebody that's just there to play the hits. You like things a little bit off the side. I bring my own twisted humor to them. That humor apparently being talking about, like, Vor, but, you know. You're here. You're watching this. What does that say about... This says more about you than it does about me. Have you seen Smallville? No. No, I never got into, like, any WB shows. I've seen a couple episodes... I've seen a couple episodes of... Supernatural, at best. That's right, everybody. I've seen Supernatural, and I mentioned it out loud. Here they come. How do you feel about Largeville? Is that anything like Bigville in Fallout 3? Which, if so, I'm okay with it. I helped those guys out with their slaver and super mutant problem. My favorite. I mean, really nothing else on WB? You haven't been watching the Arrowverse or whatever it is? Like Legends of Tomorrow? What else is on the WB these days? Was that the one that had Riverdale? Because after Riverdale was, I don't know if it's actually done right now. I watched like a video kind of recapping the series, and it seemed kind of incredible, to be honest. I mean, I don't want to watch it, but I also definitely enjoyed learning about it. Super mutants are a threat to anyone. You really saying that to me, whose main man is Marcus and everything? Ah. You're really insulting Marcus like that. Have you seen the Fallout series? Hey, no. But did they put is there a super mutant? Is there a super mutant in the Fallout series? I need to know this. I know there's a ghoul. I don't know about a super mutant. Now, there's no way I'm going to watch that. I have no interest in watching a televisual program with based off of not yet. Nah. They got to do it. They got to do it. They got to have a big stupid orc in there, and then people are going to be like, "Wait a second. Why is there an orc in this show?" And then it's like everybody's going to realize like, "Oh, it's a video game." I like this show less now. Season 2 teased it. It's one of those things where I can't even decide if they would actually do that. Like, I just feel like they would look at it like, okay, some things have to change between media. There's a translation process, and we can't have the fantasy orcs in our sci-fi apocalyptic show. But there hasn't even been a Deathclaw. There shouldn't have even been a Deathclaw in and anything except for California and Nevada anyway, so whatever. It makes no sense why there's Deathclaws elsewhere. Besides, it's not like, I don't really think of Deathclaws as being like, they might be, okay. They are super iconic for the series. I know this. They've been in since the first game. And I killed one with a flamer, by the way. Solo. I didn't have to take Ian along or Dogmeat. Nerds don't know how to play without a million people backing you up. Not to brag or anything, but definitely to brag a bit. It's like I don't think not having a Deathclaw is a deal breaker for me. I mean, I don't think not having anything. I don't think it's a bad thing to, like, look. I played through most of the Fallout games at this point in time. They're fun, but they are like I think you are well within your right to mess around with the canon of the Fallout series, and like nobody should complain about that. People will, of course, but I just think that it's like, y'all, the Fallout's such a goofy, dumb game. We should not have to stick only to the things that are portrayed in the video game themselves. I'll just go point over to President Richardson's speech at the end of Fallout 2 for that. Because it's like, you can't tell me that is the ideal writing that the Fallout show should ascribe to. You can't tell me that. That would be absurd. Whom would you cast as Super Mutant? Ron Perlman. Because then you could also get him to be because then you could also actually is Ron Perlman, because I assume Ron Perlman's already on the show, right? Like he's doing the I knew it. Well, yeah. What do you mean you knew it? He's been the narrator for every one of the games. I feel like he's probably like they can just grab him right out of I assume he's doing the last time and next time on Fallout, right? I haven't seen the series. I just assume that. Because that's who you would get. So you just grab him and you'd be like, hey, you were the demon guy, Hellboy. You were Hellboy. If anything, I think the show is underplaying the absurdity of the Fallout universe. Probably a good thing. It's mostly focused on interpersonal drama between the main characters. Probably a good thing. It's like, look, I love Money Shooter, though, but I can't. Not in this run. We kind of have a thing going on. It's like, look, I played through the Fallout games, but they are silly, goofy clown games, all right? We don't need to look at them as if they're some amazing narrative masterpiece. There's a lot of just silly, goofy clown stuff and 90s references. Many 90s references. The amount of 90s references would fill up the entirety of another decade. God damn it! You hit it there, right? There you go. Here they made a new Hellboy movie? What? When? Oof. Well, I mean, look, we're trying to appease the person that wanted the phaser run. If it's not going to go well, it's not going to go well. That's just how it is, as far as I'm concerned. 2019? I know there was a Hellboy 2, like The Golden Army or something, but if there's anything newer than that, I got no idea. Hey, at least we got the ideal sort of... Okay, it was years, not months. Yeah, no, 5 years ago is a little bit more than a couple months. Might be why you haven't heard too many people talking about that. Just a feeling. There was a cruddy remake? Yeah. I mean, I did... Yeah, probably. And there's a new one coming out soon. Now, is it part of the cruddy remakes universe, or is it its own thing? And there you go. Oh. But yeah, it's like if Ron Perlman would be a good super mutant, but I also think that they just shouldn't even put a super mutant in the series. They can just not do that. Like, here's the thing. I remember somebody at some point in time when I was asking about the series, they said that what was it? Oh, there's the infantry bow. I kind of want to go for the infantry bow thing. Hellboy had its premiere on April 9, 2019. It was released April 20th on Lionsgate. Received negative reviews from critics for criticism about the story, inconsistent tone, excessive gore. People complain about excessive gore? Unfavorable comparisons to the Del Toro films. Yeah. But praised the makeup artist and Harbour's performance. Film bombed The Office 51 against a $50 million production budget. Ooh, that's rough. That's a big loss, considering that you got to factor in that it's roughly double for the advertisement budget and everything. And they're going for it again, though. All right. It's your Morbius. Mickey Rourke could be a good super mutant. He wouldn't even need makeup. Oh, come on. Don't insult Ricky Rourke like that. I know. Ah. But still, you shouldn't be insulting people based on how they look. Come on now. We should be insulting them based on things that they can change because it reflects worse on their personality. I stole that explicitly from Northern Lion, by the way. That's just a quote I think about occasionally. All right. But, yeah. It's Morbin time. And then he Hellboyed all over. And he held all over those guys. Hollywood isn't about superficiality. That does not give you carte blanche to insult people's looks. Chat, I hope that you are being at least cognizant of insulting somebody based on something they can't change now, really. Because when I, of course, eventually do the face reveal and am revealed to be a glowing Adonis, I don't want you to think any more or less of me. It's like that one episode of Flapjack. That's a reference we all can enjoy. Crooked Man looks to take after the comics. I think Mike Mignola had more involvement in the script. Probably for the best. I always thought that... but, you know, it's just like Del Toro made some good fucking movies. Has Ron Perlman been in the Fallout series? I just, like, he should be if he hasn't been already. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Gonna be a webcam-enabled stream? That's right. It's not only gonna be a webcam-enabled stream, it's going to be a viewer involvement stream. What do you call it? You tell me to do things and I'll do them. And it'll be hosted entirely on Fansly. What do I even want to do? Maybe just go take an easy area at this point in time. Aren't you just 3 kids stacked up on top of each other? Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean that, you know, that doesn't mean that I'm worth any less than any other 3 people. A beautiful man that likes cheese. I still do like cheese. Interactive. Yes, that's probably the word that I was going for. Probably. Viewer involvement is basically just interactive, right? Interactive, planetary, interactive. Another dimension. You don't know how beautiful I am. I could be extremely beautiful. And you'll find out exactly how much. Soon enough. Hollywood also likes unique profiles like Danny DeVito. Everyone loves Danny. I suppose so. It's like he was originally the person that was tagged to play Chris before they decided on... Who was in that show? I forgot. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Again, these are all references that I'm sure people can enjoy. We assembled the teasers. Oh, God, that entire thing. You know, that's why I had to get rid of that as a point reward on the channel. You are figuring out too much. No more, what was it, 1 square centimeter of my face revealed? Stupid. Snake Fang Snake Fangs feels like that's excessive combined with Phaser. We don't need to do that. However, Bone, I love Bone. Bone's such a good weapon. I don't even know who Danny Cannon is. I miss those. What do you mean you miss those? It was just like me showing my pupil on stream, which then got turned into a little cartoon rat. It's like, what more do you need? Yeah. Didn't you post a picture of a hematoma? No, I never did that. I posted a picture of an AI-generated version of myself, which, I mean, I suppose if you're a weirdo, you would consider to be a hematoma. Ah! Thank you, Binding of Isaac, by the way, for teaching me about these sort of medical terms. No, I didn't learn them by being a doctor. I told you, I'm a doctor of fine arts. Film of Judge Dredd 19... Oh, the bad Judge Dredd, not the good, more modern one. The one with "you broke the law." Law! Law! I can't do that. Go look up a clip of "You Broke the Law" in Judge Dredd. It's a pretty great clip. Of a man very emphatically saying the word law. Worth a watch. And there you go. Oh. Anyway, what were we talking about? It's so bad it's good. That may be the case, but I don't consider that. I only consider things on a simple scale of good to bad. You're not getting 10-point scales from me, especially 10-point scales graded on a curve because it's a bad movie. Fun and campy, but not good. I'll give it to you. I just thought it was bad. If anything, I thought it broke the law. Law! You got to look up the clip, okay? I'm not doing it justice. Isn't that the good one? I remember there was one that came out more recently. I never saw it myself, but it looked like it was genuinely pretty decent. Yeah. A lot less hokey. You should rewatch it. 2012. Yeah, like that one was okay though, right? Or at least like that one was at least decent. At least decent. No, nah, I screwed up the parry. Well, whatever. Keith Urban or Carl Urban? I don't know. Let's be honest. I'm not the audience for a Judge Dredd movie anyway. I know virtually nothing about that. I like read up on it on Wikipedia years and years ago. I'm not really the sort of, and besides, I also haven't seen like a movie in 15 years. I mean, okay, I've seen a movie in 15 years, but I haven't watched like a movie from the last 15 years. So I am like the worst person to talk about films. Ah. Any movie from the last 15 years, haven't seen it. Because I'm not a movie guy, I'm a video gamesman. And occasionally daytime televisual entertainment. But not moopies. And there's no particular reason for that. It's just movies are expensive and I don't have like cable TV to just go watch stuff anymore. So unless I can go and watch it on like, I don't know, YouTube, and I got better things to watch on YouTube. Certainly. I'm not going to go watch The Godfather, which is on YouTube, by the way. With ads. So, you know. Look forward to Don Corleone being interrupted every 5 minutes by an ad for, I don't know, like cookies or something? A mobile ad that is completely fake but has like a woman crushing a man between her thighs and then vomiting acid on him? And that's supposed to encourage you to play a game? I guess? Yep. No, you don't. Do you really want acid vomited on you by a gigantic woman because you didn't idle long enough to get enough levels to defeat the giant woman to, I don't know, I guess crush her legs? It's not a real game. That's not what the game actually is anyway. Like, I guess you would be so powerful that you would crush her legs instead of her legs crushing you? That feels like that would be a very specific ad description. Oh, you never seen it? You never seen that one? Or the one where it's, you know, there's a woman that says, help me, and then gets punched by a gorilla? Or all those weird ads that are about like edgy Pokemon games that aren't even, it's like a gacha game that they're trying to sell, but they advertise it as like edgy Pokemon. I was so interested in that one, but it's not even what it is. It's just fake. I wanted to see weird edgy mobile Pokemon game. It's not real. Pal World? No, even edgier. It's more like horror, I would even call it. It seems Vor adjacent. I mean, there are also actual Vor ones. Someone is definitely into it. Clue the movie, made in 1985. Oh, man. I like that movie. I do. I feel like its whole gimmick of that whole thing about, like, you know, I'm going to take Dan's Vigor just to make absolutely sure that I don't die in this run. Its whole gimmick about, like, hey, we got multiple different endings just overshadowed the actual movie itself too much. Because I remember for years, whenever anybody brought up the Clue movie, they'd always talk about, like, oh, I hated how it had 3 endings or whatever. And it's like, that's not... There's so much more to the movie than that. This is, so many good bits. A lot of bits. How do we know that these aren't just AI? I don't think they're AI generated. I think what they are is they are... Alright. I don't think they're AI generated. I think what they are is they're generated by, like... what's even the word that I want to say? They're based off of... Yeah. Nice try, idiot. Yeah. You ain't gonna get me. Gonna have to get you're gonna have to get up way early to get the early bird, the early Dr. Inferno Firebird. This is almost something. I almost got like some sort of wordplay going on. Trust me, it'll happen. Yeah. All right. Anyway, how can a movie have 3 endings? Well, okay. There's like one ending is a joke. One ending's like the true ending, and then there's also sort of like an alternate kind of like whatever ending. But yeah, they had it be that in the movie theater you never knew which ending you were going to actually see. Because, you know, Clue, the actual person that perpetrates it, it was a dumb gimmick. It's like the William Castle type of gimmick where, you know, Clue, you don't know who did the crime because it changes every single playthrough. So, you know, they want to kind of have that reflected in the movie. But there's also a lot more to it than that. It's like it's genuinely like a fun and good movie, even aside from wacky gimmicks. Got stunned, and there we go. God damn it. Man, nearly 40 years old and well worth watching. Yeah, it had a really like star-studded cast. We're talking about Clue, the movie, based on Cluedo, the board game. These runs are not going anywhere. I feel like this might be one of those videos that I end after an hour and then put up as, oh no, it's another train run video again. Hey. Need a new costume in head. All right, how about this? This has been a bad one. Saul Goodman's brother. Yeah. It's tough to make phaser work. Phaser's not that good of a weapon, let's be honest. Like, that's the real takeaway here, right? And you know what we're going to do? We're going to make this work. Because I'm not going to give up on this. This run is going to go somewhere. I don't believe Tentacle's much better. There's no way. That's not really... Yeah, I was just thinking, it's like, oh, Panchago's a good weapon, but is it a good weapon in this specific circumstance? Not really. Vampire Killer should work nicely. Anything else? What's like the good weapons here that are going to really synergize nicely? Panchaku's not, because it explicitly puts you behind enemies. Backstab Dagger. I already got the Assassin's Dagger in here, yep. And then I just want to go and get... What is it? You. Oh, yeah, and then I also do need to actually start up the run. Do remember that. The crit was one-shotting things on 5 boss cell. We'll do that on the next stream. And we'll do that on the next stream. Also, we will do an entirely different outfit. What are you feeling like right now? What do you want to see? Well, there's always a festive outfit, which is fun. But what do you want to do? What do you want to do? How about the king outfit? No. Something goofy. No. No, I want something with a head. Santa outfit. Santo outfit. I don't remember where that one is. There you go. There, is that goofy enough for you? You like that, chat? Alright, got a laundry list of weapons I've changed my opinion on. Would like to see you retry. There's a number of weapons that I have changed my opinion on. I was thinking of stuff like the stun grenade, which I feel like I've gotten a lot more into. Alright, we're doing the third version of this one here. Run. And then we're gonna start it right now. We got a specific run we're doing today. Phaser. Gonna try and make that one work. Even though for the past couple runs it's been so bad that I decided to restart the whole recording. But I'm feeling good on this one. I have now pared down a lot of the items that I can use into things that I think will work pretty effectively. So, Vampire Killer, maybe not like the most amazing weapon as far as synergies go, but it is a nice, fast, good, high damage weapon. Although, also there's Infantry Bow that I got unlocked. Do that, a little bit of point blank. Should get a lot of DPS out of this and really make this weapon work. Now me, when it comes to actually using the phaser weapon, item, whatever you want to call it, not a huge fan. And the reason for that, pretty simply, although, yeah, wait a second. If I'm doing point blank, I want, that's a tactics thing, right? Yeah, I can make this. We'll just take one extra stack in an off stack thing, right? Yeah, for some reason, I thought that was brutality, because it feels like a brutality mutation, even though it's not. But you can see even right now, not bad. But yeah, I've never really been a huge fan of Phaser, because Phaser, of course, only affects one enemy. And there's a lot of enemies that spawn on a 5-cell mode. Observe right here. Even on bosses have like soft damage cap. And then, of course, there's the whole thing where it kind of forces you around to try and to hit enemies, and big like jumps around on the screen, and especially sometimes it's hard to tell exactly what the back of an enemy is to be able to react to stuff. Not a huge fan. However, I do still think Phaser's got a lot of good stuff going for it. Very low cooldown time, and the burst damage will help with a lot of enemies, just often not as many as you'll want. I like Phaser. I can't believe you guys are hating on it. I'm hating on it, and I'm the only guys that matters around here, which is the difference. So, we'll see. I don't know. I'm going to give this one a try. It's been a little while since we've done like specific themed runs and all that sort of stuff. Oh, Bloodthirsty. Fun. Also, okay, I was looking more for healing, but I'll figure out what we're doing here. You can't lose now. No, certainly not. Certainly that's not going to happen. We only win runs around here. We never lose. Please ignore the last 40 minutes of this stream. Last hour of this stream, really. I'm going to go for nearly an hour and a half at this point, and I still have not even gotten past the first couple areas. But that all changes today, which... Sure, because it's not like I'm doing this on a separate day. It's all the same contiguous day. However, on the other hand, it is not the same contiguous hour. And that's what makes a difference, you see. Oh, good, I got within 2 minutes. Because I definitely didn't get within the... No, we're going for tactics on this one. Big tactics... Big damage. I'm gonna burst down. It's not even every enemy. It's just one enemy at a time. But you can't really burst them down. But it is just one enemy at a time. 33% extra damage though is pretty good. Ooh. Yeah, you know what? Sure. Then hopefully I don't die to a curse again, because that has been a going concern here at this point in time. Good old curses. Whatever. As it is, look, restarting the run. No, we're not going to restart the run. We don't need to, like, I'm not going to go, like, look, we got a good run going here. I haven't talked about Metal Gear Solid yet. I haven't talked about Fallout yet. The televisual series or the video game series. We have a good run going, commentary-wise. We're actually talking about Phaser. We're talking about the video game. Isn't that something... Isn't there something worthwhile with that? Doesn't that make you feel good that we are able to stay on topic? Just shoot the... Man, I need this, like, pierce at least one enemy. And not continuously get stopped by piles of gold. Whatever. Oh, we did talk about that, just not in this video. Can we talk about macro micro? Well, what do you want to talk about, chat? With that. Anyway, as phasic teleportation or just moving really fast? It does explicitly say teleport. So I'm going to go with teleport. You want to be stepped on by a giant woman. Is that what I'm hearing, chat? Oh, great. I'm going to have to deal with that now. Yep, I'm going to have to go deal with that now. Right as I'm cursed, too. No less. On the day that I got cursed. There we go. Oy, I hate Mondays. I'm Garfield. Oh. All right. Now, going back to the last topic of conversation we had. What if there was a giant woman and she stepped on you? How do you feel about that, chat? Good, bad, some combination of the two? Happy, sad, like I was gonna say happy, sad like a Tim Buckley, but you know, didn't quite get there before I nearly died. Come on. Oh, also phaser pushing enemies off of stuff, right? Good enough. I'll take it. Do love. Yeah, it's like against individual enemies is pretty not bad so far, at least. Shoes are not. Well, it can either be barefoot or it can be with some sort of fancy, like, what are fancy shoes? The heels or whatever that hurt your back. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Yeah, no, that's the word I want to use. Oh, and I'm out of ammo here, too. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, gonna have ammo-nation as a going concern. A stiletto? Isn't that the pointy shoe? I don't know anything about shoes. Okay, hey, everybody. Here's where Dr. Inferno Firebird admits he doesn't know anything about shoes. Like, I really don't. You're gonna have to teach me what exactly the sexy shoes are. Because I don't know. I feel like with the addition of cursed biomes, normal cursed chests have felt a lot scarier for me. I mean, I feel like that would make them less scary, if anything. Are you a hippie? No! I wear, like... Look, I wear not fashionable shoes. How about that? Is that what you want to hear? Is that what you want me to admit? I wear shoes. I'm not some sort of anti-shoe heathen. Toe shoes are a scam. I don't even know what toe shoes are. Are they like individual... Are they like shoes for your individual toes? What shoes do you wear? White New Balances? Gray New Balances. But yeah, there you go. Made in America, baby. Gotta rep that. I knew it. Whatever. Shut up. I'm like Steve Jobs now. All right. Toe shoes are for... Okay, so that's the ballet shoes. Well, why wouldn't you just call them ballet shoes and not toe shoes? Toe shoes is weird. Oh my god, I'm going to have to try and prevent myself from dying right now. There you go. Try and get rid of you here. Anyway, I don't wear those like professionally. Professionally, I got like some cheap pair of black shoes that I wear. But it's like, it's not, you know, I'll be honest, it's not like anything very fancy. I just got them because they were cheap. Makes victims bleed, you say. Is that worth it? Probably not. I am shocked that I did not get attacked by something. Huh, all right. Now then, what we're talking about here. No one should ever aspire to be like Steve Jobs. I want to be rich. Why not? Do you not want to be rich? I want to be rich. People love that guy. I don't really know anything about him aside from he was one of the people that made Apple. Yeah. Meant to say they were less scary. 10 enemies no longer feels like that much. I mean, not with some of the other previous runs that I was doing, certainly. Phaser is more just like helpful in throwing enemies off of cliffs for me than anything else at this point. I want to be rich, but not at the price of having... What? What do you mean? How do you know Steve Jobs smelled bad? And also, why are you insulting Steve Jobs' smell? Like, of all the things you insult about that man, why would it be his odor that you're going for? I'm gonna be honest, I never got a chance to go smell Steve Jobs. Never met him in person to be able to just go take a big old sniff of him. Chad, if you ever met me, would you smell me immediately? Because that is a red flag. I do want to make that clear. How did that not get a parry? I smell every person I meet. Hey, nice to meet you. Great to be part of the company. And I'm glad to be working with you. Notoriously didn't practice personal hygiene. I didn't know that. I assume that you just go around smelling people. I'm gonna be honest. I've died too many times failing to parry a pickpocket. I mean, I do at least have of course. What do you call it? No. Another food to go get. Although at this rate, I might be cursed again for a while. If I can't really pay off my debt very well, can I? Get rid of these rats. I don't even know why I'm trying to parry the pickpockets, because I should be able to just phaser right behind them. Should be able to. Take them down. I hate these things. Didn't you hear that story? No, of course I didn't. I thought that was clear from the way that I was so incredulous. Steve Jobs got into a hippie ability. You say that like rich people are supposed to be smart. Ah, yes, the smartest person I ever met was also the richest, as it turns out. Can you believe that? And the answer is no. No, I can't. Yeah. Oh, good. Well, at least I don't have to deal with the slam down if I get him at this phase. There you go. All right, man. Anyway, I don't know why you wouldn't want to be rich. Being rich seems like it would be great. I don't see any downside. Elon Musk used to be smart, but he's still very rich. So what does that say about you? What does that say about society? What does that say about his company? Well? Wait, where's the... No, it's just right past here. Ah, close, but not quite. I mean, I might as well just go take out more money. We're going to chase good money after bad money. That's the way I live my life. Now then, where am I going? I should probably go find the exit here first. I'd hate the public notoriety if I ever became super rich overnight. Yeah, I mean, that's why I purposely make sure that all of my content on YouTube is bad, because I don't want to get too famous. It's a personal choice. It's not like, you know, I'm just bad at making videos. Ah! Yeah. Anyway, I'd be super rich. If you gave me money, I'd take it, and I would use it to... I honestly, I don't know if I have it in me to do rich guy stuff. I don't know if I'm like a rich guy person, but if I had a lot of money, I would be happy with that. It's a relief to know you're choosing to make content this way. Yeah, I mean, look, it's like the sort of like weeks long where I take breaks just to play Cookie Clicker and do nothing else. It's like that's not me just being a bad content creator. That is me making sure that I keep that sort of like small town, like anti-sellout sort of mentality. You know, the sort of thing that made me famous in the first place. Not the fact that I'm one of the few people that play Dead Cells. Certainly not. No. It's that sort of love for life that you can only find from somebody who isn't rich and elitist. It's also Cookie Clicker. What are you going to do? Not click the cookies? I mean, the thing is, you don't click the cookies after a while because you make so much more money not clicking the cookie. Like, clicking the cookie is a fool's game. What you should be doing is playing the stock market. And not even playing the stock market, but like, yeah. Oh, I'm glad I didn't get hit there. I mean, playing the stock market, but doing things like setting up combos and making sure your garden's all in order. You gotta Candide it. Yeah, you gotta keep yourself humble. I was getting too many subs, which is why I've actually been losing subs for the past couple of years. Because it's like, you don't want to get too many. You want to keep it at like a good medium, right? And put out content like, that nobody wants to watch, like turn-based RPGs. Because like, if you just play all the most popular stuff, like, you're just selling out. Come on. I can't hit the scorpion. It wasn't letting me. Man. That's the three tenets of Dr. Infernal Firebird. Unpopular, infrequent, and talks a lot about Vor. The 3 plans that I have to make sure that I only stay at a mild and not at any more popularity than that. Yeah. That's the Dr. Infernal Firebird promise to you. Unpopular, infrequent, obscene. There you go. You haven't played a popular game since Dead Cells came out. I mean, it's certainly, I played popular games. I played like Elden Rings, and nobody wanted to watch that one either. So, you know, what does that say about me? I'm bad at these games, apparently. Obscene amount. I mean, that's part. Talking about Sonic is part of the obscenity. I thought that was obvious. Do you consider Sonic to be wholesome? He's got an attitude. He wags his finger at you in the start screen. You know, as if he's insulting your own lack of speed compared to his. I mean, as he should. I highly doubt you're faster than Sonic. Damn it. The only person, as we all know, that is faster than Sonic is Eggman, which you always find out at the end of each one of the Sonic games where he runs away from Sonic. Was oversaturated? No, I can't do it. I don't have the money. Wow, that's a lot. All right. Is that canonically true? I mean, are the ends of the Sonic games canonically true? Because Eggman will run away from Sonic, and it is impossible to catch up with him and overtake him. He runs as fast or faster than Sonic. And well, he runs as fast as Sonic, really. Even at full speed, as far as I'm concerned. I've played a lot of popular games. Shut up! Stop saying that I didn't. I feel like more people don't consider just how incredibly powerful Eggman is. He's not just a pretty face, you know. He's also got pretty legs, apparently. 55, eh? All right. I will take that, though. Blood Shield's fun, but I want to do something different. The only canonically thing true is everything involving the Chao Garden. Yeah, especially where your Chao had to go up against, like, 10 robotic chows to win the race. All right. Yeah, it's like 64. Just sort of feels like a drop in the bucket at this point, right? There you go. Hopefully I get an upgrade for this bow soon. I feel like I could really use that extra deeps at this point in time. All right, if you're going to fight me, I got 55 to do. This is so much. We are going to be taking this one slow. Might as well take the Cursed Sword at this point. I would have also taken Damned Strength or whatever if I didn't already kind of have like a pretty big DPS increaser right now. There we go. Or an owl. I mean, if I had an owl, I would love to have something in my second item slot. That I would not turn down. At least I'm able to breach enemies pretty easy. Whew. Do not like that. There we go. Beloved owl. It's always there. My guiding moonlight. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Two. Come on. Come on. We got this. Oh boy, a rift. We're not gonna do. I will wait until I get rid of the thing before I do a rift. I'll tell you that right now. Should probably stop doing that and wait until I actually get the. Yep, because that sort of thing's gonna happen, as you know. No, not that. We're good. We're good. Oh, that's really annoying. Okay. Oh, right, I can't do that while cursed. There you go. That stun time is all I needed, baby. Missed me, idiot. All right. Oh. Breach on this bow is impressive. It is. And I will certainly give that as a... God. Ow. Well, I'm alive. But that is what I kind of expected was going to happen, right? Mm-hmm. That's why I took this mutation in the first place. If we're getting a real cursed, we're gonna get real something. Okay. You know, it's interesting. Did I don't think I don't think that Sega ever made a Chao Garden mobile game, did they? That feels like one of those really obvious things. And they did it for a lot of the... And they did it for a lot of, like, the... Alright. Okay, that works too. Come on, 21! What's 9 plus 10, chat? Okay. They really dropped that Chao ball. No, that's nothing. I don't remember. Was there balls in Chao, in the Chao Garden? It feels like the sort of thing that they'd have as like a toy or something, but I don't remember that. Didn't they make a Chao minigame for the Dreamcast? Well, I mean, I think that was just the Chao Garden for the stuff. But then there was also there was like a mini Chao Garden in the... I hate this. Mini Chao Garden in like the advanced games, I remember. I only got one at a time, baby! This is terrible. I don't think I'm going to be able to survive this. I can't kill more than one enemy at a time. Oh, man. for the VMU. Chow's did have beach balls? Oh, well, okay, there you go. All right, I'm going to be honest. I don't think the phaser is a very good item. And that person who wanted me to use the phaser was wrong. Wins Core Keeper? Oh, you know how to make me play games. I mean, eventually. There we go. This is the sort of stuff that I'm looking for. Yeah, it's like, I'm going to be honest. I don't think the phaser's very good. I think the phaser's kind of a bad weapon. I'll be honest. I don't even know what Core Keeper is, to be honest. So, is it any good? Never heard of it. All right. Phaser is things like Balance Blade. Yeah, but you would think that like the sort of big burst damage that I was getting there would have worked a little bit better, but no, not really. Whatever, there you go, that works. And teleporting behind enemies, especially with a fast weapon like this, works out pretty well. All right, then. I think we got something going on here, right? Yeah, but I thought the VMU game for the Chao Garden was just supposed to be a part of the... was just supposed to be a part of the Sonic Adventure thing. That it's like, yeah, when you're playing the Chao Garden, you also got like a little miniature Chao Garden thing on the VMU. Yeah, nothing personnel, kid. I don't know if Balance Blade is necessarily particularly good, considering Balance Blade is one of those ones that you're supposed to hit enemies multiple times with. So it doesn't necessarily... What is the purpose of Chao lore? I mean, I think they're just supposed to be like the offspring of the god of destruction, Chaos, from Sonic Adventure, right? I don't even know if they're supposed to be like the offspring or if they're just, you know, a similar creature to that, right? I mean, certainly the Chaos have some sort of place within the Sonic universe because they're like desirable. Wasn't the Team Rose's plotline in Sonic Heroes was that they were trying to rescue Cream's Chao cheese, then also like Froggy or something for some reason. What do you got? Oh, just that. Phaser like hard requires baseball bat. I mean, I can do that. Just, yeah, most of the time I don't think I would rather have Phaser compared to a lot of other items, especially ones that can do, you know, more massive damage and damage more. And damage against more enemies and more consistent damage against enemies more often than not. I mean, yeah, I suppose it did bring me through the one place. So there is that, the bank. But I don't know if it's that. But then it's just a baseball bat run. I mean, I'm currently using it right now. I'm also gonna go eat this baguette, which is like the baseball bat of bread. I think, you know, take me out to the ball game, baby. We're doing it. I'm not actually all that interested in baseball, so if you took me out to the ball game, I probably wouldn't be all that into it. Maybe like a little bit? I don't know. What do you think, chat? How are you on baseball? Good? Bad? Some sort of moderate secondary thing? Some sort of third unknown choice? Yeah, it does seem like the micro stun that you get off a phaser does actually work pretty well with a baseball bat. Where's the off-ramp to this conversation? When you answer it! Okay, Mr. Firebird, just put the gun down. I'll tell you everything I know about baseball. The only baseball I've seen in my life was from Samurai Champloo. After the NBA and NHL. Yeah, cue up Round Ball Rock over here. Let's just talk about John Tesh's Round Ball Rock for an hour. How about that? I would be way into just there. I was talking with Second Guy. He was saying that he was trying to explain what that theme sounded like, and he just kept coming up with the level finish theme from Sonic. You know, da 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 da. That's not what it sounds like. That's not what Round Ball Rock is. Round Ball Rock is da 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 down 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 da 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 da. It's pretty great. It's coming back for this upcoming. I heard they did that at the Olympics, and I was really happy to hear that because that's maybe one of the few things that I really remember about like baseball. Period. Aside from what Second Guy basketball. Aside from what Second Guy forces me to learn because he loves basketball so much. I didn't even know who Tim Duncan was until Second Guy. Theme song to represent the 90s. Well, yeah, I mean, it can represent more than one thing. Like basketball, but also the 90s. Gotta watch the Lakers go up against Utah Jazz. And then I turn it off after listening to the cool sound. It's like listening to the one football. Are you ready for some football? You know what? I think I just decided I don't like sports songs. I don't like sports. I like songs that precede sports. That's the way to get into my heart. A song that comes right before a sport. But not like the national anthem. That's stupid. I'm talking about being ready for some football. I'm talking about basketball being my favorite sport and liking the way they dribble up and down the court. I'm talking about the Super Bowl shuffle. I'm talking about, all this stuff. All these are great. Give me all the jock jams. I don't care about the sport. I just want the jams. The jock jams. Give it to me. So like that one Gary Glitter song, well. But yeah, I remember they play History of Rock and Roll on it. NHL, right? No, not the national anthem. Ugh, come on now. Not the national anthem. Like that's like saying, oh yeah, baby, my favorite song is Jingle Bells. My favorite song is Auld Lang Syne. Give me the national anthem. No. That's not. Ugh. Whose favorite song is the national anthem? If anybody told me that, I don't know what I would do, but I'd have to do something. Recoil? Cringe? I could be like, hey, that's pretty crungo, bro. What do you got against Jingle Bells? What do you got for Jingle Bells? I got a chip on my shoulder about all Christmas music, except for the two greatest Christmas songs, which are, of course, Feliz Navidad and Last Christmas by Wham. Okay? The two greatest. Those are the only ones I want to hear when it comes to Christmas time. Anything else can go right into the trash can where it belongs. Ah! Yeah. Get over here. Catchy songs equals good. That's not true at all. There's a lot of bad catchy songs. And I'll not hear you try and convince me otherwise. Yeah. You've already probably thought of 5 different bad but catchy songs right now. I can't. Well, then I don't know what to say then. I don't know what to say then. The thong song. Yeah, let's all just go throw on Funky Cold Medina. Actually, I kind of like Funky Cold Medina. I can listen to that right now. But yeah, it's like there's plenty of bad songs of it. Bad but catchy. I don't know. Just go turn on like a friggin' radio. I'm sure Get 10 of them. All right, there you go. Funky Cole Medina is incredible. Well, you misspelled the song. You misspelled the song title. Thereby, I win. Radio? What's that? Okay, radio waves are in between... It's in between the spectrum of light and like God, what are the next closest ones? There's frequency modulator radio stations, but also amplified modulated radio stations. And what a radio does is it picks up on these invisible waves going through the air and translates them, demodulates them, if you will, into listenable music. Any other questions? Sounds like witchcraft. Actually, it couldn't be further from that fact. Sounds like the devil's technology. That might actually be true. From what I've heard, especially with like what is it called? What is the thing where ghosts talk called? Electro something phenomenon? It's got a name, right? Sounds like alien technology in 10,000 years that humans couldn't possibly have invented. That might be the case. Marconi may have in fact stolen it from aliens, and there is no proof to the contrary, thereby making your theory probably the most correct one by Occam's razor. You know. Listenable is a questionable statement. In what way? Are you telling me that somehow your ears seal themselves up when they are exposed to radio waves? Ectoplasmic phenomenon? No, it's EVP. Yeah, electronic voice phenomenon. And it's like, that means that ghosts are basically just radio waves, as far as I'm concerned. Hearable. Who has ever used the word hearable? I don't believe that's correct. I don't even believe that's real. I believe you made that up. I've never... Has anyone here ever used the word hearable? Because that's not the word. It's audible. Nobody said hearable. There you go. I'm just going to take Dan's Vigor again just because things are going so badly. Hearable. Minor word mistake. I win. I thought it was Spotify. Yes. I'm changing up the play and calling it hearable. You can do whatever you want. But that doesn't mean you're right. Like, look, who are you? Who are you to decide what words are correct? Anyway, it's that. How close? Anyway, it's Jeff. Ah, there we go. Should be able to not die here. Hearable isn't flagged as misspelled. That's not... Also, did you just spell misspelled? Go! Bill Nye the Science Guy. That's a reference that is not relevant anymore. He did. I don't know what Occam's Razor is. I know exactly what Occam's Razor is. It's, again, a pretty good item in Fallout 3 that you get by beating the head of the Talon Company mercenary group. Would recommend. It's not like the best melee weapon, but it's a pretty good one. Literally a totalitarian state. Literally 1984. I'm sorry. That's what happens when you come into my chat. Literally 1984. Turn over the calendar, and the date is 1984. It's 1984. See, that's a song. That's a bad song that's catchy. Yeah, that's right. I'm pulling that out. That's a bad song that's catchy. Bro. Okay. going to be a little bit more cautious here, I suppose. Ah, come on! Ugh. Cannot kill any enemy fast enough. No, whatever. Literally 481 degrees Fahrenheit. The best, the temperature at which books burn. My God, I hate this area. Even with the baseball bat, which is actually doing some pretty good work, it's still... Isn't that a Taylor Swift song? Is it? I thought that was like Bowling for Soup or something. Which you kids would probably know as the band that made the theme song to Phineas and Ferb. So how about that? All right, let's just go a little bit safe here. I don't think Phaser's bad. You're bad. Ah! You're probably right, but I still made a weird grunting noise anyway, so I lose. Ah, nah, I really thought I had that timing. Not quite. Well, can anyone confirm that is a Tay Sway song? Because I'm fairly certain it's not. Phineas and Ferb sounds like a Boomer cartoon. No, a Boomer cartoon would be if I was talking about like Top Cat or the Flintstones. Actually, that's probably Greatest Generation cartoon. Phineas and Ferb still plays around here. I refuse to believe otherwise. That's still a new enough cartoon. Oh. Come on. Honestly, I'm thinking the phaser is a bad weapon. Oh my God. What a terrible enemy. Also, I'm thinking phaser is a bad weapon. I'm just going to say. It's like that person that wanted me to use phaser is incorrect. Also, I've been going for 2 hours now. We have not made any progress on this. Maybe I'm just going to go, just parry. We're supposed to be using phaser and showing how bad it is. Oh, I'm just going to go end this stream and won the last run. We've done it for 2 hours. I'll be back tomorrow, except we'll be playing Satisfactory. So look forward to that.